Would you like to talk us through how your journey has been, like how you started and how you've evolved into this illustrious guy for Deep VP Digital, and how the scheme of things have gone for you?
I basically started my marketing journey from Make My Trip. I was there with them for about 4 years. That was the time when guys like Myntra were talking about moving their customers to app completely and shutting down their mobile website. I don't know if you remember that time. And some of Flipkart, Amazon, all of them had just entered India and were very aggressive. So a very different time at that point in time. From there, I've moved to ShopClose and then Max Life. I've had long stints in all the three organizations. So seen very different phases in different industries. And yeah, I mean the world keeps changing. I was just reading this article somewhere that in the next 5 years we will see change more than the last 5 decades. So yeah, bracing up for that change. If I was to focus on how consumer behavior and trends have changed, I think obviously our attention spans have gone down. It's more difficult for a marketer to get that user attention and to have a conversation which lasts in their mind. So we continue to experiment and figure out what kind of conversations will really work for the user. How do we keep innovating channels, platforms? I think there's a lot that can be done, especially in the industries that I have worked in. Of course, entertainment industries continues to be ahead of most industry in terms of quality of content that they create. But I think in our industry, there's a lot of scope for improvement. As a digital and a performance marketer, I have realized that there's only as much that you can do with tools, machine learning, algorithms. Even if a performance marketer is having a great day, you'll probably manage a 10% incrementality or a 20% incrementality on whatever you're managing. However, a great content can give you that 50% uplift on whatever your business metrics are. At least I've personally realized the power of it in the last 6 months or so.
Any examples you would like to cite there with respect to your own organization?
Yeah, so we witnessed that especially on Meta, Facebook and Instagram, Reels as a format is really picking up for paid campaigns. And we tried creating user-generated Reels lookalike content. And every time we created a content like that, whether it was from a celeb or an influencer or a common man, we tried that with our own employees also. We've seen a good piece was able to bring down cost of acquisition by half for the next 7 to 10 days, which is material impact on the size at which we are operating. So
are you trying to say that your content has given you 100% more ROI than your performance campaigns in general?
Yeah, so bringing down the COA by half means yes, 100% ROI for the next 7 to 10 days. So what we've learned is that the time span of this content, a new content that you take to market is small. So you may not be able to ride on something that you create for months altogether. But yeah, even for a 10 days of in a large business setup, it amounts to crores of revenue upside. I've personally thought on this a lot. You see what's happening in the Bollywood industry. The big celebs have now been replaced by
probably a Nawazuddin Siddiqui or a Pankaj Tripathi.
People who became celebs on OTT and digital platforms, right, through small formats. So what probably is really happening is that the larger consumers are now wanting to have that conversation with relatable faces. People like you and me. If they talk to us in a way that we've lived our lives and we are able to relate to them, I think we trust them more than celebs who continue to have an aspirational life which we would have ideally wanted to, but we can't. So I think that's the big change that's happened, and I think it's not just restricted to the Bollywood industry. I think it's happening across. are competing with each other, I think humans will now have to become smarter to use these tools to their advantage. The ones who say that this is only a fad and this will pass and we can continue living life the way we used to, they will probably become outdated. So you have to become very comfortable with using these tools to increase your own productivity.
Right.
The roles of what a content writer does today might change tomorrow slightly, but I don't think these tools are going to replace humans.
Are you, as an organization, also looking at creating content with generative AI in the future?
Yeah, we are. We've tried to do a couple of experiments. I think there's this constant debate of content that you would create from bots would eventually be caught by search engines, and your brand might start getting penalized, similar to what happens with paid backlinks. Right. So I read this article. I think it was, I'm forgetting the name of that person who mentioned this. But yes, the point being, we are trying out to minimize time to market. So let's say writing a 2000 article today takes half a day for one person. We want to squeeze that time to 1/4 the day using these tools. But of course, human intervention cannot be done away with.
So what I hear from you is that while AI is here to stay and is the change that all of us would have to adapt to, I think it will always be an AI plus human approach that will be successful versus an AI approach. Correct, right?
Correct.
So I get that from the conversation.
I mean, I don't think we can actually predict what's going to happen in the future, but yeah, I mean, to the best of my understanding at this moment, I guess it has to be a combination. We're trying to communicate to our prospects and our customers, and every organization, small or big, have different functions, right? So let's say there is a performance marketing which is looking at prospecting, then there's a remarketing team, then there is an engagement team which is supposed to nurture leads which have already come into, and then there's a sales team. You have your website, you have engineers, developers. Every team is working on their own to the best of their ability to take our message to the market. The challenge that I continue to haggle with is how do we stitch this together? At the end of the day, the user is the same. Whether you reach out to them via WhatsApp or email or SMS or a Facebook ad or a search ad or a telecaller talking to them or them interacting on their website, the user is the same. How do you stitch the message that the brand wants to convey to them across all of these channels? And especially for us, somebody who buys an insurance product today will be associated with the brand for the next 50 years. They are likely to buy more products with us. And we do a very bad job at carrying the customer context forward. So if ideally whatever information the user has already shared with us, that should be carried forward in every next interaction, right? Whether that interaction is being done by a human or by a website or any other channel. So that continues to be the number one challenge to solve. In our category, the equivalent of Amazon is Policy Bazaar, and most customers who come and buy from us would have gone to Policy Bazaar first to compare plans and what is best for them, because they are an aggregator and they have multiple brands, multiple products. So we always knew that they are ahead of us in the purchase journey of most users. However, when we were doing a research, we figured out that we were asking customers, why did you buy from us? And the one answer that came from them was when we were searching for which is the best insurance company or which is the best term insurance plan in the market on Google, on YouTube and on other platforms, they came across content via written by independent influencers, which was stating that Max Life is the preferred organization if you are looking at buying a term insurance plan. That influenced their decision very early in their research phase when they were just trying to figure out which is the best plan for them.
Right.
So we figured out that in order to have a long-term competitive advantage in this business, we need to be playing at the stage when the user is researching, and hence we've created our own content aggregator platform. I don't want to reveal too many details at this moment, but the idea is we are investing a lot in content with an intent of playing at the time when the consumer is researching and not when they've already decided to buy.